Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fleet Plays Transport Fever 2. Now, you may have noticed from the title, news and speedrunning. So, first things first, Fleet has a job now. So, a few changes for those of you on Twitch. So, well, actually, for you guys on Twitch, you'll have very little change to deal with. You guys will basically have it as you've always had it. But for those on YouTube, they have it slightly different. Some things will be pushed back and reworked. But for you lads, not much should change. But speedrunning the 1880s, yes. So what we're going to do is we've been playing on quarter speed for now. But for this last bit of the 1880s, we're going to go to 4 times speed. And we're going to rush to the 1890s. So that we can actually get to some of the better locomotives of that period. Hello, Timu. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, some of the old 222s are still working some of the secondary lines, yeah. Some of these old 4-axle coaches are still in service. Not everyone converted over to the new 6-axle coaches. Even though a lot of the network did. And I've been tempted to extend that. But I'm not sure how I would. You'd probably have to extend it into the tunnel, wouldn't you? Yeah, you probably would have to. There we go, like that. And then... oh, autosave. Oh dear. Always at the worst time the autosave comes in. Typical. Because I'm gonna be totally honest. The lack of a signal here is a little bit disconcerting. So I've decided to lengthen that a little bit, and hopefully with the turnaround time at Huntingdon, that should make things better. I hope. Now then, let's have a look over here at the industrial network. So everything's mostly the same as it's always been. Pretty much. Nothing new here. How far away are you guys from being dispersed? Let's have a look. Yeah, you need to go. Off you go. There we go. Perfect. And lots to do here. Freight trains going backward and forward. Everything is just as it needs to be. Lovely jubbly. A single new tank engine, that's it. It's a little bit disconcerting. Okay, so lots of oil trains moving back and forward, the mainline expresses, the line to Hull. Leeds to Sheffield line, busy as always. The Leeds Circular, busy as always. The branch line trains. Say it with me now. Oh, well, they're not actually busy. They've not been busy their entire lives. I got the York to supplying the timber. And all the timber has to go out by train. At least it should have to. You know, the little distracted line there. The overbridge for the industrial railway. Oh, the little 240 tank engines working their little shuttle service. Providing a crucial link to the seaside. Oh, and of course our new ferries. Which are not profitable, but they do provide a crucial link in the chain. The new heavy Scotch expresses. Probably been at 75 miles an hour since it left Edinburgh. And now just on its way into Aberdeen. And of course, that means basically now we have every town connected, which is nice. We need to think about how we're going to actually work up here when it comes to things like freight. And that's the rub. How do we work things like freight up here in the Scotchlands? Yeah, it's interesting. Oh! Electric trams. Very interesting. Now they're still not as fast as our... underground trams, but... we can quite easily make the underground trams actually... they're all electric already, that's good. Basically, the whole point is to electrify some of the trams that could do with it. Which I think would be... Northampton doesn't have any, Thirst doesn't have any. Harrogate does have a tram network. So yeah, they could absolutely do with a electrified tramway. Oh, it's a full circular. I didn't realise it was a full circular. Oh, it is. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so let's give the Harrogate tramway its upgrade. So it'll be slightly slower, but it'll be a lot quicker off the mark than the steam trams are, and a lot cleaner. And of course York. York does actually have a tramway. I had forgotten York actually does have a tramway. Ah, yes, I remember now. I built it to serve as another bridge line out of York Central Station. Now I do remember, yeah. So all the inner city trams are going to get replaced with these because they cost less to run and are only slightly slower. And they're also a lot cleaner, which is good for keeping pollution down, which cities don't like. Ah, yes, I forgot. The outer circular of the Thirst tramway. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. There we go. But the line to Northallerton, that's an interurban railway, and that's worked by steam trams. Oh, I did forget. How could I forget? Silly old fleet. There we go. Now we've got electric trams there. Huddersfield Circular. Yeah, Huddersfield Circular can absolutely have that applied to it. There we go. Lovely. Perfect. And then there we go. Replace them with the new electric trams. Perfect. No trams in Sheffield. The Leeds trams, they are still effective on their little route. Although looking at it, I think we only now need 2 vehicles if I'm looking at it properly. So we can get rid of 2 of them and replace the 2 remaining vehicles with doubled up hulled trams. Because that'll be cleaner as well. There we go. And it's much faster up the hills. Nothing in Doncaster. Nothing in Gainsborough, nothing in Retford. I might have to redo the roadworks in Retford and the bus networks there. Oh, yes, Nottingham. The Nottingham Circular. Thank you, Timu, for redeeming that. Thank you. Nice trams you have there. Yes, I do. These are nice trams. There we go. Yeah, a lot of the city tram networks are now getting electric trams. It brings pollution down, and cities don't like pollution. They're not fond of it. There we go. So let me just very quickly upgrade the trams. Perfect. Lovely. We're going to upgrade the London subway. That should make electric go across there. Yeah. Okay, you're supposed to be electric. Okay, you are not becoming electric. Why are you not becoming electric? You should be. Okay, I guess this line of the London Underground will remain... will remain... non-electric. Since... And now that won't become unelectric. Okay, that's weird. What I can do is I can upgrade... Oh, no, not that one. There we go, I can upgrade the line this way. No, not that. Thank you. Yep, so that one will become electric. London branch will become electric. Lower London will become electric. And then finally London transfer will become electric. And that will mean that we can then work everything as effectively as we need to. Jolly good. Right, okay, so Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate. The 1890s are here. And we have traction engines and lorries. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to flat upgrade all of our trucks to be diesel trucks. Pending approval for looking into traction engines, because traction engines can only carry certain things. So for example, this line, given that it deals with heavy oil flows, this one you absolutely would convert to dual trailers, because at that point that's well worth the doing, because you're carrying enough oil to make it worthwhile. And it's mostly over the flat. That's a single use case thing, so that would be just... London's a pretty cosmopolitan city, I'm not going to lie. We've really busied up London. We really have. Okay, London, if you want to do that, that's fine, but at least have the decency to build a proper city road on the outskirts, not a slow one. Okay, so that's that one done. Now, for most things, lorries are fine. But here, for example, where it is, again, single cargo only, and you're carrying lots of it, again, here is a place where you absolutely would go, yes, we absolutely are going to upgrade to road locomotives to carry more of this cargo. Which does make an interesting comparison with the steam trams at the other end. Are there any other single-use things that we have? So, here, this line was originally worked by... I don't think we need 43 vehicles. So we're going to sell most of them. And the rest will be converted to road locomotives carrying grain. With 3-wagon road locomotives. It's completely flat, so they can pull 3 wagons without much problems on the flat. There we go. So again, that's fine. Steel goes one way, iron ore goes the other. That's fine. No problems at all. Yeah, it's like a timber that's really doing me in. York Sawmill is actually down on lumber. We need another logging camp to feed lumber into York Sawmill, actually. A nearby logging camp we can feed lumber in from that isn't tapped. I mean, if it's a stupid idea but it works, it isn't stupid. And I'm just thinking, that rail line's already crowded as it is. Go. Yeah, we need to feed. Yeah, we need to feed lumber into there somehow. Now, by rail would be the obvious step. Build a new railway line through the hills and link into that. But traffic into the lumber mill is already very busy as it is. And I am fairly confident that if we build a decent roadway, we can get around the whole problem of having to actually deal with the problem of actually, well, there we go. So, and to be fair, it's a roadway. It doesn't really have to worry about. We will give it a. Do I want to give it a road bridge? I suppose we can give it an iron-girded road bridge. It does make some sense. And then, given the lack of traffic on that line, then we can give it a level crossing. Then we'll stick under there. We'll go past the brickworks. And then from there, then we'll go through the hills and far away. Through some new road tunnels because we've got the cash to burn and we're just cool dudes like that. To a little station here with enough warehouses to fight God. And then we will go, okay, you're a truck line, you go there, and then you go there, and you should use, yes, you are beautiful, fantastic. And then about I think 20 such evenly spaced should be more than sufficient to handle things here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Although what that is going to mean is I'm going to have to convert these trains from being this setup to being flatbeds instead. Because I reckon they're going to have to deal with flatbeds. Although they can be the first ones to actually have the new heavyweight 060 tank engines. Sorry, 062 tank engines actually in charge of hauling them. So I want... yeah, because then they can handle both. timber and lumber. Which is very useful. There we go. And a little bit less. Perfection. Lovely. That's another source of timber added to the network, which is good. Although it'll take a while for the numbers to build up, but that's fine. Perfect. Everything's busy down here at the station, but everything's always busy down here at the station. Always is. Always is. Passenger traffic comes and goes, but... it's always busy down here at the station. It's always busy. You guys might actually be a candidate for a dual use set of road locomotives. Yeah, you guys might be a candidate for this. Simply down to what you're actually trying to move, yeah. There goes a heavy freight 060. The 042s are still working hard, which is good. Wow, they might... okay, York to Newark. The York to Newark steel trains are big. They're very bigly big. See if I can find one. Gotta be here somewhere. Ah, there they are. No, that's a crude oil train from Retford to Hull. I'm looking for the... oh, the... oh, come on. Steel train that runs to Newark. Oh, yeah, here we go. There's got to be one of them here. They can't be nowhere. Ah, there's one. Yeah, you guys need to be extended to be the full length of the platform. Like, you've got to be. I'm sorry, you've got to be. Where are you? Here we go. And, yeah, unfortunately, the Freight 060s are still the most powerful engines we have, so they will remain in charge of these heavy trains, double heading. I really could use some much heavier freight engines, but given we're in Britain, we won't get those until the 1910s. Sorry, 1900s, I should say. There we go. And, aha, yes, here's the Western boys. Clattering into Newark. Money. Lovely. Ah, there the oil trains are now flowing. This is good. And actually, oil's now going the other way, which is actually... everything is working exactly as it's supposed to be working. This is lovely. Love it. And then, of course, the incoming oil from Nottingham Holt. Lovely, lovely. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Jolly good. Perfection indeed. And that's some of the timber lines that work into here. Really quite busy. Still don't have enough. We need to speed up those trains. We need to. And they're already running flat out. I mean, that's track speed for those industrial branches. Heck, that's track speed for some of our local passenger trains. And then the branch line and bridge line services. Yeah. Right. Well, everything's working mostly okay. The Cramptons had a good run. It looks like the 422s are going to have at least a good run up until the 1900s working these trains. They're the best express engines we have right now, fast and reasonably powerful. Capable of working these top link express services. I mean, the London to Edinburgh services are getting more and more crowded the longer we go on. And speaking of things going north, there's the Scotch Express. That's the Flying Scotsman. Bypassing Doncaster as he makes his way north. There we go. Perfect. London-bound train. Some of these trains make really long journeys. But the network fits together. Everything moves as it should move. Please tell me the train's only just leaving Thirsk. Where is it? Oh, bugger. He's going to be right behind him. Oh, no, he's in the tunnel. Yeah, the Scarborough line is a bit sketchy. For the most part, though, it's alright. The branch train up to... Oh yeah, the branch is really popular since it's now a northern main line, kind of. I mean, the North Hills Express train is very popular. Well, it's popular enough to break even, and that's what matters. Oh, dear. You'll have to excuse your humble host for just 2 minutes. A biological break, as they say, is required. Ah, dear. Can't believe it's coming up on 80 years since we started. Because we started in 1820, if you remember. Like, that's when this whole thing kicked off. 1820. We'd built the London to Edinburgh line by 1850. From there, it's just been adding in more track and extra trains whenever it's taken my fancy. Basically. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what trains we get in the 1890s. But hopefully, everything should remain as you expect as we go forwards. There should be no disruptions to normal routine. For those of you who are exclusively Twitch, it'll be Tuesdays Rule the Waves, Wednesdays Empire at War Wednesdays, and Saturday and Sunday will be Transport Fever. Those of you here who are Twitch and YouTube, it'll be Mondays, you'll have whatever it is we're doing on Mondays, Ramblings or Ramblings equivalent. Fridays, there'll be something. Tuesdays, Rule the Waves. Well, Wednesday morning, Rule the Waves. Thursday morning, Star Wars Empire at War. Thursdays, there should be a recorded Transport Fever video. And then Saturday, and then, of course, Saturdays and Sundays, you'll have the usual stuff, as we all have come to know and love. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just going to explore. I'm going to explore the network, see if there's any things I need to deal with here. Okay. No, Boston seems fine. King's Lynn seems fine. Bury St. Edmunds seems mostly fine. London to Ipswich fast expresses are as popular as they've ever been. London to Bedford service is popular. The Huntingdon to Enfield service via Cambridge, popular. Which of course links into the main line at Hatfield again. I think there's only 2 secondary lines where these signals actually work trains left. There's this one, which is the Enfield line, and then there's the line out to the coast from Boston to Skegness and Grimsby. The Grimsby Tram Network! I completely forgot the Grimsby Tram Network! Oh my god. How could Fleet forget? File that one under a Fleet moment. It's a Fleet moment. It do truly be a Fleet moment, indeed. There we go. These can stay as steam trams for now. Is Hull big now? Hull is big. I don't know what this... could dig a canal, actually. That's something I would actually be able to do. What's the point of using this ludicrous amount of money if you don't get to actually use it for some projects? There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Alright. Alright. Lovely. Perfect. It looks a little bit dynamited, but it's a canal through which the grain shipments can run. It significantly decreases the cost. Even if the underside looks like I've carved it out with dynamite. There we go. Pause it for a minute, let the game recover. There we go. Excellent. So everything's going mostly okay. Mineral and other traffic is running really quite well. Freight and passenger lines are running as you would expect. Oh, nice, a joint departure. That's a nice thing to see. That's all too common. Yeah, that's all too common to see trains like that get stopped. No gaps in the network, is that? No. Gainsborough, Retford, Sheffield, maybe? Or Sheffield, Retford, Lincoln? It's possible. Could be done. It would add another secondary pillar to the network. It's possible. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? Okay. Yeah, we've got some mass upgrading to do. Yep. We have got some mass upgrading to do. Right, let's start with the principal main lines and work north, shall we? What needs it right now are the express lines, so let's start with them. We can do the rest of the network later, but let's start with the express lines. Since they're the only things that will be hosting trains that run faster than 75 miles an hour for some time. So in particular, we'll start with the Scotch Express line, since that is what will benefit most from the higher speeds. And not only does this give higher top speeds, it also gives higher speeds through corners, which is very useful on some of the trackage that the Scotch Expressors have to use. There we go. Lovely. There we go. Let's keep the upgrading going. Perfect. Lovely. You'll not notice any difference in the actual way the track looks, but it is a lot better as it comes to trackage than something else. So there we go. So in there, like that, and then obviously we need to have the over trackage as well, because that then provides us with the link into the bypass for the heaviest Scotch Expressors. But then we keep going north. A lot of the main lines are going to get this trackage because a lot of them are dual use between express and non-express trains. It's only really the Scottish Expressors that have most of their track as separate from the traditional main line. And that wasn't always the case, of course, if you remember. But I'm glad it is now, because it makes it really quite easy for me to set up this new higher speed section of track. There we go. Perfect. And there goes the, there goes one of the Scotch Expressors now, southbound. Yeah, so we'll upgrade this bit next. It's important work, this. You've got to do it. You've got to put the effort in. Hang on, wait a minute. I've literally... Oh, Fleet, you are silly. A second. Okay. So... Hang on. Problem is that will upgrade everything, and I suppose it can change anything back that needs changing back, yeah. No. This is gonna hurt. Oh boy. May God have mercy on my soul. Oh, there we go. Upgrades. Upgrades are commencing. Okay, the upgrade is beginning. Wow. That is okay, that is really spreading now. Hmm. Okay, nearly there. Like I said, the trackage actually is really quite useful for even lower speed because it makes things able to take corners a lot tighter because of the way the track's built. Okay, so now we're just waiting to see Okay, some of them failed to upgrade. Interesting, interesting. We're just now waiting for the upgrades to actually go forwards. Fleet stares at screen waiting for upgrades. Ah yes, what a tantalizing experience it is. Oh dear. Yep. I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Oh dearie me. It didn't like that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Dearie me. Oh dear. Right, let's get back in. Let's see where the last autosave was, shall we? Let's have a look. Where did we get to? Ah, there it is. Oh, we have a crash save. That's good. Okay. Hopefully that will just reset everything to how it was when the crash happened. We can but hope. How are you all doing tonight? Anyone bring a pack of playing cards? Oh, dearie me. Oh, good lord. Note to self. Do not use the global upgrade. It is your friend, but not that much global upgrading. Oh dear. That kind of... I think I might have asked it to do too much. Just a little bit. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my god. Come on, depots. Work with me here. Work with me. Work with me. I love Transport Fever, but sometimes it can just be a teeny tiny little bit silly. Oh dear. Everyone had a good weekend? I mean, I guess so. Oh dear. Well, it's not surprising things are the way they are. Oh, dearie me. Oh, there we go. Loading bar moving. Excellent. All right. I'm excited for 3. I can't wait for Transport Fever 3. I'm really looking forward to it. I especially like the look of the new Tundra maps. Really, really nice. Come on. Boot it. Question is, what will it do? Will it just stop? I presume it'll stop the process that caused the crash, I guess. I would guess. That would be my thought process there. Yes, so that's what it's done. Okay, so never mind. Plan B. We'll go back to doing things the old-fashioned way, shall we? I think that's a good idea. That's what I think. I think we'll do that. I have no idea. Now, we might encounter parts of the track that are just upgraded, which would be very funny. But for now, let's just stick to actually... Oh, yeah. So, yeah, some parts of it were clearly... Yeah, some parts of the track have clearly been upgraded. Okay, so some of it stayed, which is... I suppose that makes my job a little bit easier. For what it's worth. It's only costing me a teeny tiny amount of money to do these upgrades, which I am very happy with. There we go. Perfect. Lovely. That's absolute perfection. Look at that. It's glorious. Lovely jubbly. And then while I'm doing this, I may as well do the line to Aberdeen as well. And then I can come back down via the Darlington line and upgrade that to high speed, since that will be hosting more high-speed express trains as well, so... It knows which parts of the network are going to be used. And it's also upgraded some of the suburban lines as well, which I do find pretty funny. Pretty funny indeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep upgrading. And because I do have work tomorrow, I do want to clear my head before I go to bed, do any final checks I need to do, sort out things like clothing and such for starting work tomorrow. So what I will do is I'll do these upgrades to the track. If any new locomotives come along that need to be added to the roster of various things we're doing, then yes, of course, we will absolutely make sure they are done. But hopefully, once we're done, we should be able to just... There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Perfect. Wow, it's mostly done. Not perfectly, mind you, but mostly done. There we go. Oh. Perfect. Lovely. Lovely. So there we go. Keep the upgrades going. Get all the track done. This weirdly incomplete process might be making it harder, not easier. Which would be very funny. There we go. Nearly there. And then, of course, we've got the swing onto the viaduct, the Montrose Viaduct, which takes the express lines past Montrose. There we go. Lovely. There we are. There we go. And then do the tracks at this end. Perfect. Lovely. And then we'll go back and we'll do the line through to Darlington. That shouldn't take too long to actually do. At all. There is a lot of track work to actually do. Thank God electrification will be kind of on an as-needed basis. Although it will be needed eventually over the entire network. But we'll roll it out on an as-needed basis. Since a lot of the choices aren't electric's good, steam bad. Certain routes will get it, like absolutely, but not all of them will. It does seem to have noticed where fast trains actually run. And has picked that out as its primary areas to put the track on. Yeah, definitely smarter than it looks, this system. And you never know, that it does crash on use, but it still gets through like a quarter of the work. That's, for electrification, that's fine. Then we can use the... Like, look, it may not crash, where electrifying's a lot easier to do with an upgrading track. Like it may come to a point where, like, wherever it has electrified, we'll use that as the starting point for the rolling out of electrified services. Kind of a roll the dice, see what you get sort of thing. There we go, and then of course the line into Darlington for the express train. Lovely. Perfect. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's definitely been some haphazard some haphazard applications of the express train principle, shall we say. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, it's definitely caused some disruption, this random application of high-speed trackage to the network. Luckily, though, it does seem to be sorting itself out. None of the trains have gotten jammed yet, thank God. I think as long as most, and of course the freight-only lines will basically never need this upgrade, since they just don't handle trains moving at that speed. So it doesn't matter if the freight-only lines get it. There we go. And then all we need then is... Oh, has that already been done? Pretty much. Well, that's handy. Well, that makes that... Okay, there's some little bits here that have been missed that would cause slacks if they weren't dealt with. There we go, though. Yeah, that's been mostly done. The only thing I've not done yet that is an express line that handles express trains is the London to Sheffield line. So we'll do that now. There we go. And that then accelerates it should accelerate timings on the London to Sheffield line. Even if train speeds... Oh, hello, it's a bus! A pannier tank. A new 044. Another new 044. Another new 044. Another new... A bunch of new 062s. Nothing else aside from that. Nothing that's worth me doing a mass upgrade cycle for. But we'll see. Yeah, everything should be back to normal next week and the week after that. So hopefully, all being well, we should be fine. No problems. There we go. Nearly there. There we go. Nearly done. Nearly at Sheffield Station. And that will have a... Now, when we get the trains that can actually make use of this, that will have a pretty sizable impact on train workings, which I am actually very much looking forward to. And with that, the track upgrade has been completed. Train speeds up to 124 miles an hour along most of the main lines. And all the lines that deal with expresses are now entirely possible. Which is a pretty significant achievement. And with that, and with it now 1891, I'm going to bid you all adieu. I know it's somewhat short and sweet, but as I say... I start a new job tomorrow, so it's important that we actually get a good night's sleep and I go to bed nice and calm and chill and everything. I just set myself up right. So thank you everyone for coming. Take care, and I'll catch you all on Thursday. Thursday. It'll be recorded. It'll be a recorded thing on Thursday. Take care.